Welcome to WGETV News, where you get your news straight from the streets. Today we're going to talk about gang wars, murder, drill rap, superstardom, and retaliation of the Bronx. This is the K-Flock story. The Bronx, being the birthplace of hip-hop, makes perfect sense as to why it's the hottest place on earth for the drill scene right now. And K-Flock was well on his way to be that next breakaway artist from the Bronx with his new The DOA tape, featuring well-known artists like G Herbo and his partners B-Love and Dougie B. With over 66 million views, being co-signed by that major artist Lil TJ, and securing a multi-million-dollar deal with Capitol Records, K-Flock was rapidly climbing to the top of the music game. Everything came crashing down when he was arrested for murder on December 23, 2021. Growing up in the Bronx is no easy task for a kid. You have to keep your head on a swivel and you have to move fast. Life was no different for K-Flock. He was going to make a name for himself no matter what it took. K-Flock was born Kevin Perez, April 20th, 2003 in the Bronx. The same neighborhood as the likes of Lauryn Hill, J-Lo, Grandmaster Flash, and Fat Joe. K-Flock is from 187th Street in the Bronx, and he claimed the Sevside gang. Keep that in mind as the story goes on. At age 12, he was already on the block hustling. He started making a name for himself by taunting the ops by going live in their own neighborhood. Not only was he getting popular from doing this, he was creating lots of enemies fast. One day, B-Love took him to a studio session. K-Flock got on the mic, started dropping bars, and fell in love with making music. They were making drill music. Drill music is not just rap music, it's much more serious than that. The artists are spitting lyrics about real life events. The songs are mocking ops that were killed, bragging about shootings that took place, and making threats to other gangs. The songs are real life events spoken through music in almost real time. It became largely popular in 2011 with artists like Chief Keef, King Louie, S. Dot, and E-Day. But the actual name can be credited to Dro City native artist Pac-Man. It's alleged that Pac-Man first coined the phrase drill music right there in Dro City. On May 26, 2020, K-Flock dropped his song FTO Freestyle. It's a remix to the 22G's song Blicky Freestyle, and K-Flock's version took off fast. He got over 100,000 views on his YouTube video, and 22G's even shouted him out. Pretty soon he started dropping songs once a month. On March 2021, he dropped Brotherly Love with his partners B-Love and Dougie B. This song got over 1 million views. K-Flock's music put a new twist on drill music. He had that classic New York hip-hop sound, and his beats were crushing it with the distorted 808s that created a different vibe for drill music, and the fans were loving it. However, the streets were hot with the feuding gang wars, and K-Flock had a target on his head. He was right in the middle of everything. The gang history goes deep in the Bronx. During the 30s, the Bronx was home base to mafia members such as Dutch Schultz, who was rumored to have buried over $150 million in diamonds, cash, and gold right there in the hood in 1935 before he was gunned down, and they never found it. If I lived out there, I'd spend most of my time looking for that. In the 90s, the demographic changed along with the gangs. To better understand the gangs in that area, let me break it down to you. K-Flock's a member of Sevside. Sevside's gang is cool with Mac Mauler Brims, Sex Money Murder, and he click up with Rollin' 80 Crips from 180th Street, also known as Rayway. 3 miles from Sev is Cortlandt Ave, which happened to be OG territory. Sevside's beef with the OGs, which happened to be Original Goons, and the YGs, which are the Young Gunners. They used to be the same gang. The founder of the YG crossed the other key member, and they split off to create the OGs. When they split, the YGs started beefing with almost every set in the hood. YGs became the most hated gang in New York. YG's main rapper is an artist by the name of D-Thing. Keep that in mind for later on in the story. He's actually K-Flock's blood cousin. They've been dissing each other for a long time. D-Thing dropped a song called Talkin' Facts, which is actually a song dissing almost every other hood's dead ops. K-Flock also has beef with Raw G from the YG set. He went on live to tell the whole world that he saw Raw G and he didn't want any of the smoke, took off running. Raw G quickly responded on live telling K-Flock to pull up. As you can see, beefs were escalating everywhere he went. He also has the beef between E-Dot and D-Thing still brewing. K-Flock dropped a song called King of the Bronx. And that song caused artist Ron Suno to start beefing with him, as Ron Suno was claiming he was the king of the Bronx. Ron Suno quickly clapped back, going live and telling K-Flock, if you're gonna wear neck tats, braids, and start dancing like me, you might as well thank me. We know the same people, so just stop.
Niggas talking about king of the Bronx this, king of the Bronx that. And niggas can't even go band for band with me though, you heard? If you the king of the Bronx, you gotta show me more than 100K or better, you heard?
They saw each other at Rolling Loud and their gangs got in a fight and was all caught on camera. Take a look. The beefs were escalating at an alarming rate, and on July 7, 2021, 11:30 p.m., Tyquil Doherty, aka rapper Ty Swish, was shot in the head in the lobby of his Bronx apartment building. Family and friends found him outside and rushed him to the hospital where he was pronounced dead. Ty was a gang member pushing sex money murder. Only 4 days later, 13-year-old Jarian Elliott, known as J-Rip from Rollin' 80 Crips, was murdered while walking down East 187th Street with a friend in Belmont neighborhood. As you can see, surveillance catches a black sedan pull up. J-Rip's friend takes off running. A man gets outside and opens fire. You can see Jarian crawling into the Angels Cafe after being shot, and he later died at the hospital. This was considered payback for Ty Swish. Less than 8 hours later, the ops retaliate by shooting a 16-year-old rapper, Ramon Gilmore Madrano, also known as Raw G, remember that name? Who supposedly made fun of Jarian's death on social media 1 hour earlier. He was shot while getting into an Uber. Two men pulled up on scooters. As you can see, he was caught on the dash cam of the Uber driver's car. Meanwhile, K-Flock's music was still blowing up. He dropped that DOA tape album and it debuted at number 3 on the Heat Seekers album chart. He also had the song Not in the Mood with major artist Lil TJ that was blowing up, and it reached number 61 on the Hot 100 chart. With his music climbing the charts, it seemed that K-Flock was on his way to superstardom. However, it all came to a screeching halt on December 16th when K-Flock was arrested for killing 24-year-old Oscar Hernandez outside of a barbershop. This too was caught on film. The security cam from across the street shows K-Flock and two females walking past the barbershop. An individual walks out of the barbershop, asks K-Flock, "What are you looking at?" and seems to follow him just off screen where the shooting took place. Oscar Hernandez was shot and killed. K-Flock was picked up and named as the prime suspect for this killing. Unfortunately, the evidence used against him is from his own video postings. Rumor has it that K-Flock was going live in the ops hood, as he likes to do. And in the video, you can see a man rocking a ski mask, and at one point he's brandishing a weapon that was apparently used in the crime. K-Flock's claiming that the killing was in self-defense. We can't see what happens off camera, so this is possible. If this wasn't self-defense, we can expect that K-Flock will be behind bars for a long, long time. These videos may put K-Flock behind bars for life, as the investigators are combing through all his content. Hopefully this is considered self-defense and K-Flock gets out and makes more great drill music. But remember guys, in this social media world, it's not always cool to post videos and tell people what you're doing. Drill rap does just that. Move in silence, do the right thing, and be successful in life. Have a great day, we'll see you soon.